Hello and welcome to the late Apex Racing TV's general news show for sim racing and also news as well for Apex brands, whether that be League, Academy, Team or SDK Gaming or anything like that. We have got a fair amount of news to get through tonight, mainly involving Motorsport Games. Yes, it is the topic that we like to bring up a lot. It's the thing that everyone likes to bring up a lot because generally we all agree about the situation with Motorsport Games, but there have been some significant developments. Surprising? No, but they are developments nonetheless, and potentially positive. We would love to get your comments on it. Do let us know what you think in chat. And we'll also be talking about Assetto Corsa 2, iRacing updates with Fuji coming up tomorrow as well. And of course, everything that's going on in ESLR1, the final round of that going on, and seeing how Apex Racing Team managed to get on. Once again, I am Sam Fitzpatrick. I have David Sampson alongside me.
Hello.
David, another good week. It's always a relief when we see stuff to talk about because there were a couple of weeks in the middle of October where we got desperate. However, these last couple of weeks have been very fruitful when it comes to sim racing news.
Yeah, obviously it's I don't know. I suppose it is a good thing that sim racing's making the news so much recently. Not all good things, but yeah,
The news generally is quite negative, right? You don't celebrate someone didn't die today. You get upset that someone did. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, we're seeing over the last couple of weeks a lot of money, a lot of big moves, not a lot of execution. But you know, brands like iRacing who do get a lot of negative comments for the way they run things, but proving that maybe slow and steady does win the race after all.
yes. Let's get into Motorsport Games then. So
Yep.
Motorsport Games have had a big setback. I think it was last week. It was actually, I think, last Friday before we went on air. There was an announcement that they were laying off 40% of their staff, reported by Boxers Lab and a few other organizations. I believe it was 39 people they were saying were laid off in that. We'd already really been told that this was going to happen because in the end they were hemorrhaging money because they haven't really been releasing many games. And obviously they
That's
have
a polite
people
way of
to
putting
pay.
it.
So they got rid of a few people. It seems like, unfortunately, the big one has been Traction.gg. Ross McGregor confirming on Twitter that Traction.gg, not only is it a case that Motorsport Games have pulled out of it, it could well be the fatality of, probably, and I think this is widely agreed to be the best news organisation on sim racing.
Yeah, this is one of those things that I've gone on and on and on about, is that I understand their failings, but it's the brands they're taking down with them that are just, it's painful, yes. Losing Traction is a giant pain. As you can see the tweet there from Ross McGregor, an editor at Traction GG, well, former editor. Sadly, that's it for me, Traction GG. We've all been made redundant, and it's such a shame given our output over the last 3 years. And unanimously, I agree. I think we all agree. Traction GG did good work, whether it was on YouTube with their creators, putting out the news, their just involvement in the community of sim racing. Yeah, it's a huge shame. Huge shame. As we scroll through some tweets, look at that, pouring one out.
Yeah. Yeah, really disappointed because yeah, they've done a brilliant job. Have Traction.gg. So yes, hopefully this isn't the end of it. Hopefully someone else manages to fund it and
Yeah.
we get and of course all those writers will be available as well. I'm sure they're gonna stay in the sphere. Hopefully this hasn't put them off because they are very good at their jobs. Of course that was one of the things that has closed down. I think the other biggest thing, because this is like decisive, is the VTCC license. Reported, and this is how big this story is. And same with what another thing we're going to be talking about later on. This transcends sim racing. This has been reported by many real life brands. Top Gear magazine have reported on
Yeah.
it. Black Book Motorsport, Goodwood have reported on it. So I mean, this isn't just a sim racing thing. This is overall, and this is Motorsport Games and BTCC breaking up.
Yeah, and this was almost like, from what I've read from the articles and the research I've done, this was almost like, what's the phrase? end of the line. Like they had breached so many
Yeah,
things in
yeah,
the
yeah.
contract that it was now, look, we're getting everything involved, lawyer. Like you're breaching all. I practically read all of our agreements financially, all the obligations that were met. So yeah, Toka terminates BTCC video game license with Motorsport Games. This is being reported by btcc.net. More widely known as Toka, is the right holders for the British touring car. In May 2020, entered upon an agreement with Motorsport Games US LLC, an entity most widely known as Motorsport Games. The agreement exclusively licensed Motorsport Games to produce an interactive video gaming products related. Well, they never did that. A BTCC game that, I mean, how hard could it have been to take? Right, you copy and paste R Factor 2. Okay. You then remove all the cars that aren't in the BTCC race. You then remove all the tracks that aren't in the BTCC race. Then you change the UI so that all the only menus you have are to start a race, host a race, or join an online or BTC race. You add a nice wallpaper, showing a battle in the background. And then you compile, you drag it on Steam, you type in a price, bam, you put up your articles, pay for a few press releases, you're done, move on. They owned Studio 397, who have a solid foundation.
Well, they're doing Le Mans Ultimate anyway, so
yeah,
you know,
they have a
which is basically
platform
the
for.
same.
Yeah, they have all the tracks. They have laser scans. They have cars. They have the track limit. They have all the facility. Online play, something they've been working on recently and trialing and trying to obviously get right for Le Mans Ultimate. I assume that's what the trial's been for. But how do you drop the ball on the? That was so simple. What I just said.
It's really odd, yeah, why they've had those tracks and cars. I remember like chatting it on this on this show like 9 months ago, like back in like January, about how they now have all the cars and they have all the tracks, and we were sort of at that point thinking, game's gonna come soon.
Yeah,
Like, this is good. Why? Like I've always been waiting for the game. I've always thought, all right, maybe they're just like like the game's almost there, but like they've got the hard work done, and now they're about to do the game. And of course, it's just never happened, and it's bizarre. And no wonder the BTCC are very annoyed. This was a very scathing report from them. When it came to the NASCAR license, that was just a case of selling the license. They got money for it. This is you haven't kept up your side of the bargain. This is over. And so this was not nearly as kind, and we'll talk about IndyCar later on as well, but that was very different as well. IndyCar, again, not a scathing kind of separation of the two brands. Instead, we'll discuss more about it, but it's a bit more mutual. This is Toka being furious, I think, with Motorsport Games for not delivering.
yeah, because there's a lot of trust. Toka have got a lot on with their brand, and they just completely let them down. They've promised the world and delivered absolutely nothing. And look, Motorsport Games are the other company always promising things, always telling us things with trailers and teasers, and then never delivering. And that's to us, the consumers. I can't imagine what they must have been likely to work with Toka. Toka call in, how's things going? Oh yeah, it's going on Steam tomorrow. Yeah, we're just having a bit of an upload issue of our internet, but once that's fixed, bam, game will be released and you're going to make money.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, brilliant. Okay, we'll talk tomorrow then. And then the boss is like, what are we going to do? I don't know, we ain't started. That's all I can imagine. Sorry for a recreation there, but you can't drop the ball this many times and not expect me to be salty.
No, yeah,
Because we lose out. Where's our BTCC game?
yeah.
Where's the light? Like, if you hadn't have been involved, the BTC license would have gone elsewhere and would have something.
Yeah.
I mean, look at iRacing with the F4 and everything that's being done with that. We could have had the same sort of thing. There would have been more of an emphasis on the rescans of Snetterton, Brands Hatch, all these tracks. They would have been loved. They'd have been used. They'd have been broadcasted. ARL have done a league, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, adding stuff to R Factor 2 as well, it's just like such limiting, because in the end you need console stuff, don't you? And there was seemingly no sign of it adding to consoles. You have to really question: do they have any ambitions to put Le Mans Ultimate on consoles?
No,
I mean,
no way, zero.
And I mean, obviously we're PC gamers, so like we get away with it. But like, absolutely, stuff needs to go on consoles. I remember being like 14 and had a PS4, and so I want console, please. Like, Project Cars, fantastic game. Assetto Corsa, fantastic game, but coming to consoles.
I will
That's
say
what
the
we
one
need.
limited factor why these companies aren't so worried, because when you think about it, when you think about Gran Turismo, and that's hundreds of millions, and then you think about iRacing, a million, right? The difference is large.
Yeah.
But releasing on console doesn't get you to GT7. What got GT7 to GT7? It's the controller.
Yes.
Not steering wheel and pedals will always be the limiting factor, even if it went to Xbox and PlayStation, and how iRacing just worked across everything. Is it good and fun for controllers? Because that is what Forza, Gran Turismo have really been working on all these years.
I'm curious as to how many. So 1 million copies of Project Cars, 2 million copies of Project Cars, I think, were sold. But like we're talking 2 million Project Cars being sold.
At 49.
There's been less than 1 million iRacings sold in the history of iRacing in 15 years.
For the history, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's actually a good number.
So there was twice as many in 2 years in Project Cars as there have been in 15 years on iRacing.
Yeah.
So that sort of shows the discrepancy.
What about Gran Turismo numbers? That'll be more.
Oh, I mean, Gran Turismo, what? Like,
yeah, global
well,
sales.
I mean, Gran Turismo 7, I guess, is the one you got to compare.
Okay.
Or Gran Turismo 6, to be fair. But yeah, that will be, what, 2 million in a day? I would have thought 2 million on pre-order.
By the end of January 23, 5 to 6 million copies as at November 2022. Oof.
And that was Gran Turismo 7?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so probably a few more million since then as well.
So Gran Turismo, the original, 10.8 million. Gran Turismo 2, 9.3 million. Gran Turismo 3, 14.8 million. Going on and on and on and on.
Yeah. So
but that's the controller. That's why you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get anywhere near those numbers with wheel and pedals. Daniel's in the chat. Hey there. Do the upside down BAM hub. Yeah, I did do it while Sam was talking. I posted
I
this.
got confused. I thought he was wanting us to like tip it over.
No, I posted on
thinking,
Discord.
No.
Look at this dumb picture I posted, all right? I didn't even think about it at the time. I posted this on the Discord to get some people into a chat, and then he's mocking me because of the way.
Have fun. Have BAM. Audio listeners, we have cans of BAM energy drink. We enjoy them. We drink them. We got them for free.
Yes.
We got a lot. We had like 10,000 cans. I don't know. That might be a lot. That might be way more than what we actually got. But we drink them. I enjoy them. Next up, when it comes to motorsport games, IndyCar. So IndyCar is like a weird one where it's not been ended. It's been stalled, suspended.
Wait, to suspend something, don't you have to start something?
Well, no one knows.
I've
what
suspended
state
my
the
marathon
game is.
run.
Yeah, like this. We had screenshots released like 2 years ago or something, but we don't actually know if that had anything to do with the game because they could have just been like R Factor screenshots. Whereas this, I believe at least, has been basically designed by the Motorsport Games Australia studio, which designed Kartcraft. So no one really knows what state the game is, but right now, it seems like Motorsport Games Australia has been ended, basically. So that studio is
That would definitely cause a suspension.
It's done now, yeah. So apparently, it's going to be a case of the game is sort of there. Will it be bought up by someone else to keep on developing it, or will they just start from scratch? I think probably start from scratch. And once again, this has been reported by several real life.
Did Traction report it?
Traction, I don't think have.
Why? Sorry.
Racer.com is at least the best article that I've seen for it. Traction do sometimes report on negative stuff about themselves. I don't think they'll be too afraid to now as well, seeing that they're all being made redundant. But yeah, no news for I saw from them.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine that phone call? I go, yeah, we're going to have to suspend the game. Oh, what happened? We fired everyone building it. Okay, so what's the game plan? We're not sure yet. We'll get back to you.
I mean, it's very possible that next week we'll be talking about IndyCar saying the license is gone. That's the title of this video. Is IndyCar coming back to iRacing because surely IndyCar are furious and will be saying, no, we're taking this license back because
like you say, how like you say, how NASCAR handled it and how TOCA handled it were very different, but it was the same thing essentially. But NASCAR, much like IndyCar, aren't going to want to get out and be super negative. Like they don't want this to hurt their brand like in any way.
But with NASCAR, I mean, maybe I'm being naive, but I think potentially NASCAR was a case that Motorsport Games did just that, and maybe NASCAR were going to give Motorsport Games a few more months to
The game was so bad.
It was rubbish, but then it
So
was
bad.
rubbish 2 years ago, and they still didn't, still didn't end it right there and then. Maybe they would have given a few more months, and Motorsport Games cut their losses by selling it to iRacing a bit sooner. Whereas, yeah, BTCC that was it. Like they've absolutely had enough at that point, haven't they? And said that's enough, and we're ending it ourselves.
The problem is with BTCC, I mean, and this isn't an offense to TOCA or anything, but it's not a big ticket item. They haven't got the same IndyCar and NASCAR. If that was the license was open for a split second, it's got multiple bids, bidding more, they're gone. BTCC, it's not like, I mean, iRacing might want BTC to pay them.
Mm.
I mean, how much leverage do they have? It's not global. BTCC is a very small niche race event.
And I guess I don't want to be stereotypical here, but I think probably and to be fair, this is the case with IndyCar as well. The big crisis in IndyCar is how old the average viewer is. I think BTCC is probably the same. They're not necessarily video game users. So if you are making a video game, you're not necessarily going to have floods of people buying it compared to something like Formula One, which has a much younger audience.
Losing IndyCar in iRacing, the insane thing was the amount of active IRL IndyCar drivers. Obviously, Tony Kanaan and Alex Palou. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Romain Grosjean was there. Like, you took it away from IndyCar drivers. Yeah. I spoke to Tika the day it pulled, and yeah, he was not happy. Sorry to leak that. But TCR versus BTCC has much different reach around Europe. Yeah, true, Adam. I'm just saying financially, it's not. It's a different problem than IndyCar would have, for example. Obviously, IndyCar is set and ready to go back into iRacing. The iRacing's response would be, "Yeah, we can be ready tomorrow because we have it all.
We can enable the US tracks again. That's no problem for us. We can change the schedules.
We can rename the logo above the series. Like it's done. We're ready to go.
Do the liveries. There you go. That's crazy how that's.
I just hope iRacing goes. We want $3 million. And they're like, sorry, no, you pay us. Like, no. You left. You're coming back crawling. Yeah. You're wanting something. We didn't call you. Pay up.
Yeah, give us an IndyCar World Championship Series, please. Come on, let's get rid of the IRA one. Let's have an IndyCar World Like that would be good. I would watch that. I really enjoyed the Grand Prix series from years ago, with Gregor Hutsu, Martin Kroenke. Those were the days. And yeah, we want to see single seats back like that in a proper capacity, and IndyCar is the perfect way to do that. So hopefully it comes back. And of course the BTCC game, potentially that will go back to Codemasters, who I think designed some very successful TOCA games back in like the late 90s and 2000s. Hopefully that will be brought up because there hasn't been a BTCC game for a long time.
Isn't Codemasters EA now?
Well, yeah, Codemasters of course owned by EA, yep.
So nothing,
no,
nothing needs to go. I don't want an in-app purchase to do lap 3.
It would be a bit concerning how much stuff they would own as well. Like because they got Formula One, they got WRC. Yeah. We want them to have like a monopoly on these. I mean, potentially, are we talking about potentially iRacing and EA just having all the licenses for everything? Like,
yeah.
Wasn't it ACC have lost?
Well, we don't know. I just read rumours about the SCO. Is it?
Yeah.
SC?
I think SRO.
SRO
license, yeah.
Or maybe they haven't lost it. It's just run its course. It's expired.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So yeah, there could be some changes. Hopefully they get put in the right places. Certainly better than Motorsport Games. Oh yeah, and also Penske Entertainment did say we'll announce next steps in due course when it comes to the IndyCar game. So maybe that is a sign that they will be moving on that one and saying that game is dead. Let's move on to a different developer.
Yes, let's. How about someone who doesn't even need to develop something?
Yeah, yeah. Um,
But
yeah,
again, if they're craving a console release, that isn't something iRacing can offer them.
no. Well, maybe Motorsport if they gave it to Monster Games to develop, because of course Monster Games will be doing the NASCAR stuff, and that will be on console. So maybe they could do that, but yeah, it wouldn't be. It's not the obvious choice when it comes
No.
to console if they are keen on going down that route.
All right, should we talk about the one glimmer of hope that us in the office are hoping comes out smoothly and works? And that is the underlying part of the WEC license, the Le Mans Ultimate. It got a release date, 20th of Feb, and we have the release trailer.
Here it is.
Hopefully you can hear it.
Or the release date trailer. It looks. I mean, it looks quite nice, doesn't it? Of course, you can very much see sort of the R Factor stuff in it. It's a bit underwhelming, but come on, it's a release date announcement. It's like a trailer for a trailer. We don't need a whole lot.
A trailer for a trailer, that's well said.
And 20th of Feb. Of course, I think that until that came out, was the release still December?
I think so. I believe this was a delay.
Yeah.
It was a trailer inside a trailer announcing a delay.
Yeah. But like we've been, I mean, December's been coming up, and I'm like, hang on, what? Like you haven't done, you've released some screenshots, but where are the trailers and all of that stuff and announcing stuff? It makes sense. But 20th of Feb, that's good. We'll take that. That's fine. That's a couple of months away. We can count down the days. I'm happy. 20th of Feb, bring it on.
I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, WEC is probably becoming my most favourite. May become with the decline of my interest in Formula 1. I'm still going to watch every F1 race, so don't even at me. I'm just saying my peak interest in F1 is tanking. I like IMSA, but I think WEC next season has got me very, very excited. Obviously, this will be this edition of the game will be starting with the the LMHs, GTEs, and LMP2, I believe, for the WEC season, and then Le Mans 24. But then obviously future seasons will be just LMD and GTD. I don't know what GTD cars they've got, but I think they've got quite a few. But they're not short on money and licenses. So, well, maybe they're short on one of them things.
Yeah, maybe.
Both of those things lately. I'm excited for this. I like R Factor 2. I like Studio 397. I like Le Mans, especially in the endurance setting with like Le Mans 24. I like the R Factor work they've been doing with the online service. Things have been working-ish. They're definitely better than they used to be. Have they burnt too many bridges? Can they get Max Verstappen to give this a go at Le Mans 24? But essentially this game will be the WEC season and Le Mans 24 with some online competitive play that works.
Yeah. Splits, please.
Splits. Oh, imagine... Yeah, we won't make top split. But imagine being able to do the Le Mans 24 at the same time as the main broadcasters. When I was watching it last night, I was like, you are joking. Like, you must be joking. Anyway, I'm glad I didn't do it because it looked like a farcical. Is that a word, farcical?
Farce.
Farce.
A farce.
A farce.
Farcical is a adjective, I think. I talk as though I didn't fail English.
That last Le Mans 24 had everything. The crashes and then how they handled the crashes were terrible. Both things were terrible. The amount of crashes, one crash, live with it. But even if it had been one crash, they just couldn't handle it.
No.
You had drivers reporting, we're a lap down. And they were like, well, we tried, sorry.
Yeah, it was like rules where like if two other people went down at the same time as you got the lap back, but if it was only one other person, then you didn't get the lap back and stuff like that.
And they were like telling Max, well, hopefully on the next crash you can get it sorted. It's like, next crash? Like, how about you just keep the game going? It's only 24 hours, guys. We're not asking a lot.
Yeah, that's the...
My kids play Fortnite for 24 hours. Like, what are you... Like, come on.
It was a double points race as well. Decided the championship.
Yeah, and it was Baldwin and Max, like, fighting. I was glued. Because it was the sim racing spectacle.
Yeah.
It was meant to be... Well, because we didn't know about Rennsport then. This was it. Can sim racing enter the stage? Well, we found out no, but...
Yeah,
oh, well.
Not then.
Not then.
Maybe future.
Yes.
So that's pretty much Motorsport Games. Do let us know if you have any thoughts. We may revisit that. iRacing. we have the Fuji 8 Hours coming up. And of course, reminder that you can sign up to the Apex Racing Academy mailing list. And if you do that, then you get free Ferrari 296 GT3 setups. And also you get tips for the upcoming iRacing Fuji 8 Hours. It's a nice kind of email that you get each month, and it kind of explains all the stuff that goes on in the Apex brand. There's a nice Apex Racing TV compilation video that's my hands compiled. So we do recommend checking that out. So yeah, do sign up for the mailing list and you get bonuses. So I will post the link, but the link for listeners is apexracing.ac.com/Fuji23. Fuji23, of course, Fuji23. So thanks to Apex Racing Academy. Of course, you are taking parts in Fuji. How confident are you feeling?
When I do my practice tour after my first endurance race, I will be feeling confident. Now, we're in the Ferrari. Good choice, I think. That's the good setup to be given away. I'm just going to be taking it easy. It's a long race. It's a technical track. So, yeah, I'm feeling confident. I haven't had too much time in the GT3s and I haven't had too much time on the track, but how hard can it be?
You'll be fine, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 8 hours is quite short for an endurance, right? And it's a big circuit. No LMDHs firing past you, so you should be fine.
There is that. There is that.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
on the subject of Fuji 8 hour, I don't mind the addition of this, the Fuji 8 hour.
Sure.
But we all agree Suzuka 10 being gone.
I don't really get it. Maybe if they rotated it every year, say like that for a year, and then Motegi, I guess it's like a 6-hour event at Motegi, right? So maybe do that. But yeah, I mean, everyone knows who's ever listened to me, Suzuka's the best circuit in the world, and so we should have a special event on there. If possible.
I love the Suzuka 10. I'm not the biggest Fuji fan. I just don't know.
I think it's a bad circuit. I mean,
the straight's too long.
If they modelled the 1970s circuit with the banked turn one, like imagine Daytona turn one, but like the other way round, and then just insanely high-speed corners for the rest of it, be an absolute thrill. That's the #1 circuit that just bomb the existing circuit and just rebuild the old one. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Elsewhere in iRacing, the other iRacing news, Black Friday coming up, same as normal, really. Renewals 25% off. I need to remind myself when mine runs out. Might be April next year, so I might dip into that. 50% off for new members. I don't think you remember, David, the luxurious days of when you used to be able to spend 75 quid and you get 100 credits. That was a thing for a couple of years. They don't do that anymore. I understand why, because I mean, everyone just took advantage of it and spent tons of money on it. But yeah, I would like that to come back. But yeah, 25% off for active members. Thoroughly do recommend people get a 2-year sub to.
That's what I do every Black Friday. Do 2 years. I've probably got 13 years left on my iRacing subscription.
Yeah. Investments.
Yeah. I'm going long.
Yeah.
So 50% for new members, 25% off for active renewals. And I am going to save you some worry here. It is the only time they do deals. They don't really do anything else all year long.
Yeah. Apart from new members. There's always discounts for new members.
Yeah,
apart from that.
It's hard to reach new members if they don't know, Yeah. How do you how do you do that?
Yeah.
Or do we call them Smurfs? Perhaps we should stop these new member deals. Cut the new member deals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cut new members.
Yeah, cut new members.
The existing members.
It's the OGs only.
And then 80 years' time, we'll all be whistling off and there'll be some 105-year-old winning the World Championships. I might win something perhaps. I like that idea. Alan saying, it's easy. Alan Luther in chat, saying it's easy. People who lack skill for technical tracks don't like Fuji. Alan, mind your mouth, because it's just not a good track, Alan. Come on. You gotta admit it to us. Suzuka's a technical circuit. Best circuit in the world, alright?
We need LMP3s and endurances. Yes. I don't think they do them in IRL, do they? Oh, ELMS?
ELMS, yeah. Is
Six-
LMP3 still in ELMS? I think it is. I think it's LMP2, LMP3, and
I think it is.
GT2.
It's coming out of. It's out of IMSA. Obviously, it's out of IMSA.
Yeah.
10 hours of Kota. Oh, what's Lewis still doing awake? Nobody wants. That would be a dead event, mate. With just you.
Come on, Lewis.
No, it would just be Lewis, right?
Yeah, it would just be Lewis.
Joe, that's where I became pro. It was Kota that made me pro because I won money. It was some big money event, loads of big names, IRL drivers. You probably 3 or 4 of these Rennsport guys, and then pleb man here picks up a good enough result in F3 at Kota. It took me, I don't know, 8 hours just to understand how to be semi-quick, and then I grinded hard, and I just got lucky, bagged some money, and then that's it. I never looked back. Been a professional ever since.
Larry Lovesome saying we need some PCC Enduros. That's like the Mazda and the Cadillac and stuff.
I can't even watch PCC. I've never done one in my life. In all these years I've been on iRacing.
I think I did Monza Combined. That was the one, PCC, I think.
It looks like multi-class for people that have no idea what multi-class is. It looks like a bottom split fight club.
Yeah.
All the cars, when I'm glancing at PCC, I don't even know what car is the quicker car. They're all 3 bumbling on top of each other. One's good on entry, one's got mid-corner, and the other one hasn't got brake. I don't understand it. It looks... I love IMSA, I love multi-class, I love WEC, I love driving multi-class. PCC frightens me. I don't understand. I've seen Mazdas. I've seen Mazdas win it.
yeah. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Nexus Arbitrarily Play Game. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated.
Alan got his 4K at Fuji. Track is great.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna revive it, honestly. I'm not a big fan of Alan, honestly, by this. Alan, you need to start giving us some more opinions, please. See if I agree with any of them.
Alan's one of my top mods. My other mods are scared of him.
MX-5 is faster than... Alan, again, saying in chat, MX-5 is faster than the Clio and the GR86, but start behind them. PCC is good for meme races. Yeah, it is good for meme races because, yeah, they do... I think they regularly visit Monza Combined, which really does indicate it's a meme series if you're doing that.
So I haven't drove the Clio. I was so excited when the Clio came out. Like, it was the first car I tested on that build. That build had a lot of good, exciting things. It was... I'm sure it's improved. It was such a joke. I was getting netcode in a straight line with cars alongside me. Like, I would be bombed off the track. I would, like, thinking the guy just sideswiped me. No, we're just both driving in a straight line, and I get a netcode hit. It was something to do with the contact model on release.
We did a series on it, and, like, there wasn't a whole lot of netcode necessarily, but the cars just bounced off one another. So if you did make contact, another car would just bounce off track. And so it just killed... door-to-door racing because you want the cars to be able to like rub against one another, but no, it was as though there was just like a balloon and they were just smashing against one another, and it was a big problem. It ruined the race. I've never seen it. The contact model as bad on iRacing by any means. So yeah, really disappointing that wasn't as good as it could have been.
And the GR86, I've grown to like it. I don't race it. I never have, and I probably never will, but it feels to me like your tyres are 4 times the size they should be. It feels like the car like rocks very unnaturally. That's how it feels to me. I've drove a lot of different cars in the sim and a lot of different sims, but man, it feels really strange for a car that size. I enjoy it though. The racing's fun. It's such a much better contact model than the Clio. Oh my god, I have never driven it since.
I think that's pretty much iRacing news covered. Sure, there'll be new stuff coming out, especially with the build coming out next month. Next reports, another Rennsport update. Daytona has been added. So that is to the closed beta, to ESLR1.
Not yet.
Has it not been added to the closed beta?
I haven't drove it, no. It's not Road Lantern Daytona on in there yet. I spoke to a Rennsport rep and he said soon.
Yeah, because they have the esports build, so it's a bit different. So, yeah, apologies for that. Yeah, and it's a good circuit for ESLR1 at least because you have
it's the best.
The draft is a big problem. 3 wides, racing to the line, tactical racing. it's what we want to see in the series, and hopefully they do more of that next year in the championship.
Yeah, I hope they dial in the dirty air at GP and
Hockenheim, Road Atlanta, maybe a bit of Spa as well. When it's a problem at Spa, you know you've really got an issue on your hands.
Yeah, it is. But Daytona made for great racing. We've seen what the I'm gonna go. Well, I know I need to sleep because I've got 2 endurance in the morning, but I want to watch the final. I enjoyed the race and I enjoyed the racing I was watching. It was really good.
Yeah. Good work from Rennsport to add that, and generally the tracks that they've added so far are quality circuits. Hopefully they keep that up.
And the scan's gorgeous. I've stood behind the guy. I haven't drove it myself, but I stood behind the guys, and it looked great. Yeah, let's see, because I'd love to see more tracks. This is the question. So I was talking to Johan today. I don't know how much I meant to reveal, but I'm not going to reveal anything really. Obviously, with the LAN coming up, the LAN last year was every track. You had to do all 4 tracks, which is a lot. It might not seem a lot, guys, but peak performance while you're away from home, away from your rig, and you're expected to jump in the rig and be on top, all 4 tracks was a lot, and they're there all day racing. Are they really going to do 6? No, they can't. Surely they're going to have to pick 4.
I think they'll do 6, right?
Johan doesn't even think he could.
I think throw them in. I think you want to see errors. I don't think you want to see the guys be perfect on each circuit. I think you want to see them have vulnerabilities.
I'll let you tell Johan that.
You want to see them have good tracks and bad tracks. So I think throw them in and see who floats. I think
I did say to Johan, my one comment was after today's Daytona, like the penalty review system and how long it takes to rebuild the service, perhaps it's not suited for a LAN yet. Because
that's a good point. Actually, Daytona's been a meh.
Yeah, the track limit management takes time after each session. It was every session, so you was waiting. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if because we were all sat there in the stadium area last time. You wouldn't want to be sat there for that long between qualifying and race.
No. Word from Alan Luther Gaines. I heard somewhere that TCRs are going to be added soon. I have not seen that when it comes to Rennsport, but
yep, TCRs, LMDH. They did mention
I mean, who really? He said.
I was there at Munich when he did the public. We couldn't speak about it.
They've been saying that since the announcement.
Yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, we will add Formula One. Well, yeah, and we will add rain.
We had an embargo for we couldn't say anything for 4 days or something, 5 days. But he mentioned TCRs. He mentioned LMDH. He mentioned the Praga that then came. What else?
I don't know. We'll see. But it's I don't know.
I can't see it being featured at R1 or anything like that.
Oh no. And they don't really need anything other than GT3s. They're that popular when it comes to competitions. But yeah, don't hold your breath for TCRs on Rennsport anytime soon.
So are we allowed to Rennsport rumours? Can we talk about Rennsport rumours?
I know. I won't go that far now. I think our commenters are all right to say it, but maybe we shouldn't spread that too much around. We'll see what happens to that. But we'll see. Assetto Corsa 2. It has been delayed, unfortunately, to summer 2024. It was meant to be in the spring. They've stayed fairly consistent with that release date, I think, for a while. But it's just a bit of a delay. I think I did see from Boxless Lap, they were theorizing maybe it's because they've added the GT2 cars and Nords recently, and so maybe that's the reason for the delay. I think that's quite sympathetic. I think most likely it's just that they've pushed it a little bit too long, but that's fine. 3 months delay, meh. It's not much. It's 10 years since the previous one, proper one. I know you had ACC, but yeah, I think that's fine. That's Assetto Corsa 2 is coming out, and yeah, I mean, whenever there is a delay, at least it's positive that it does seem like it will come out.
I'm just one of those guys. I want online competitive play. I know I'm a broken record. Esports and online competitive play. That's the kind of 2 things I'm looking for in a sim. And Assetto Corsa 2 are almost targeting that they aren't. They've already this was a while back. They confirmed they're not looking to do hourly or competitive online racing and ranking systems and stuff. And if I wanted to just do AI, mess around, have fun, my go-to number 1 is Mario Kart. If I want just some fun, uncompetitive AI play, and then there is no AI better than Mario.
No,
Them things drop bananas in front of you.
no.
I mean, when I'm racing, all the other AIs, they always, oh, you want the Apex? Sorry, sir. Sorry, go on, after you. And then they act aggressive.
yeah.
Unless it's a Formula 1 game. My God, I don't know if you've done the Formula 1 AI. I try. I really do. I try. They're so stupidly aggressive and your tyre's missing. Oh, that's fun. I do a replay and it does the same thing. Okay, so it wasn't a mistake. You're just an idiot.
Mm.
But I digress. Mario Kart for the win.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I like that side of sim racing. Trying other cars, driving tracks, messing with content, downloading a few mods. But for me, it doesn't last. It lasts a couple of months and then I've done it all. Maybe I'm a special case, but I like the other side of it. I like practicing, lapping, competing, and then spectating the big races and trying to get to that level. That's the kind of stuff I enjoy. Yeah, Assetto Corsa 2's got a lot hanging over it because ACC, I know ACC and Assetto Corsa are essentially completely different entities in their own right. But ACC has a lot of momentum. I don't see what Assetto Corsa 2. They can talk about cars, and I don't think they're doing modding this time in the same way they were before.
No.
So what can they give us? You can say, oh, we're going to. I mean, if they don't give GT3s, because of, I mean, if they launch with GT3s, then my, this is going to get confusing. What do people want to drive?
Well, I guess it's just a wider variety, right? I mean, I guess that's the biggest weakness of ACC, arguably the online, but arguably just the lack of options for cars. So, yeah, having some single-seaters, some prototypes.
All right, but the AC mods take the weather, textures, track scans, and we have so many mods and gorgeous tracks and gorgeous cars. I mean, AC with mods versus AC2?
Could you say the same thing when R Factor 2 was released?
Yes.
And that's sort of taken over. But then I guess R Factor 2 you can mod, I think.
R
can you not?
Factor 2.
I feel like that's a big.
No,
maybe you can't. But that has done fairly well, R Factor 2, and has sort of overtaken the original R Factor. So, yeah.
Comment. I'd assume we got a comment. I'd assume that AC2 wants to target those fun communities like drifting, talk racing, and not proper esport. From everything I've been, I know drifting and all that stuff is massively popular in ACI. I didn't realize how big until I looked into it, but that hasn't been the message they're given across. But maybe. Look, to me, AC is probably pound for pound one of the best sim racing games on the planet and one of the most popular. It's still popular today on Steam, and it's how old?
2013, I believe.
2013, yeah.
So yeah, 10 years.
It's brilliant. I still have 1,000 mods installed. So my dad has a full rig, and the only game he has is the best one, Assetto Corsa.
Yeah.
Why not? It's cheap. He has all the content, all the tracks, all the cars. He does AR races, practice lapping. He sends a lap time or a challenge that I've got to beat on my rig, and it works, and it's cool, and it's cheap.
Yeah, that's Assetto Corsa 2 coming up soon. I don't think David's going to buy it necessarily, but
I will, 100%.
Yeah,
it just burns out quick for me.
Sure.
Doing that.
And we'll see how it comes out. So that is it for sim racing news. And so the next parts of the show, we'll be talking about everything that's going on when it comes to Apex Racing, whether that be team, TV, league, academy, the other brands, which I'm forgetting. So Apex Racing team. It was confirmed that, of course, Elvis Rankin is going to be leaving the team. Unfortunately, it's been awesome having Elvis. Of course, he's been living here at the Sim Center for the past 9 months or so, best part of a year. And yeah, it's been awesome having him around. He is a very fun 16-year-old, and he's just a big ball of energy pretty much around the office, and it's been awesome having him around. And he will be absolutely missed, and he is rapid, one of the most talented sim racers in the world, and he is going to do absolutely huge things, I think, in future. Hopefully in the real world. I think that's his big ambition, but
Yep.
if not that, then it'll be the sim world, because he's demonstrated on iRacing and now on Rennsport as well that he's one of the best to take to the track.
Yeah, for sure. He's a great guy. I forget his age sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's polite, he's fast, he's nice. Yeah, he's a great guy. And yeah, he is going to be missed. I like Elvis a lot. He leaves it all out on track. And yeah, like you said, he's rapid. But yeah, well said, everything you said. And yeah, good luck to him. Hopefully things work out in the real world for him because he's had some successes in the past. But
Yeah, of course, Skip Barber champion in
yeah,
real life.
yeah, but just sometimes you need a lot of luck and money in the real world.
Oh, yes.
By luck and money, I mean money and money.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because money buys
You
that
can
first
buy
bit.
luck.
Yeah, you can buy luck.
You
Yeah,
can't. You can't. Well, you can luckily get into money by winning the lottery, but that's is just get money, and then it's a lot easier, basically.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yeah, look forward to what's Elvis's name. You'll see a lot of him in years to come. He's only 16. It is insane how quick he's going to be in a couple of years' time. He's not peaked yet, and he's already as good as some of the best sim racers in the world. He did his final race earlier on today. He's had a really good end to the ESL R1 season. I think his best meeting yet with this round 8. I think he reached the semi-finals. So, of course, in ESL R1, I appreciate not many people are familiar with it. You have the knockouts. Let's just call them quarterfinals.
Yeah, I sometimes actually call them quarters. Yeah,
The season's over. All right, we can call it quarterfinals now. Quarterfinals, where you have 4 races, 12 drivers in each race. Top 6 go through to the semis, and then top 6 go through from the semis into the final. He's got to the semi-finals 3 times out of 4, which means that you're in the top half, and that's where you want to finish the championship. So if he had his pace from the end of the season, at the start of the season, he would have qualified for the LAN event at Jonkoping in 3 weeks' time. But he came on really strong. And yeah, I think got P4 yesterday, and then did all right as well today. I think was a bit unlucky actually. Was running in the top 6. Looked like he might get to the final for a while, but had a couple of incidents which did not look like they were his fault. So yeah, that will be it for Elvis. And yeah, because it for all the ESL R1 guys.
Yeah, I enjoyed the season. I obviously some of the tracks were a little bit boring to watch, and I think that's definitely something they should focus on. They have been working so hard on the esport aspect, but they need to focus a little bit for next season on the broadcast aspect. Not a lot. Tune the graphics a little bit more for replay mode. The sound. Big time on the sound. And as I say, on the non-broadcast side, they could do with tweaking the dirty air and a track-dependent thing. Just, if anything, to sell the show. I assume that's what they want. They want money, sell the show a little bit. It doesn't have to be that way on game release. Just tweak it for the race so we can have some racing. We don't, Formula One can't fix their problem. ESL can just do this problem fix. A little bit less dirty. 9%? No, 3% for this Hockenheim track.
Yeah.
And now we can have some battling in a few of the corners. Overall, though, I really enjoyed the season. I really enjoyed my time at the LAN event in Munich. I thought thoroughly enjoyed the racing. There's been a few times this season I have enjoyed watching the season through and watching the best of the best compete against each other. But just some of the tracks, it's all down to quali. Like, I still enjoy the aspect of them competing at that level, but then the racing's just the longer version of what happened in quali.
I would change. This is my controversial opinion on the series. I would add a Joker lap to each race. That would be my kitchen sink idea. Just have, like in MotoGP, you have like a long lap penalty. You have to do a long lap once in each race, and that will cause some changes of position. That's what I'd change. Bring it on.
Where would you come out? These guys follow so closely. Where on earth would you come out?
Well, of course, in Rallycross, what happens is last place goes first, and then it's second to last, then it's third to last, then it's fourth to last, and then eventually the leader does it on the last lap. But I think it would be good. I would absolutely be down for that. I think it would be fun. So I think if I propose that to the guys downstairs who race it, they would shout at me, I reckon. They would say, "What are you thinking, Sam?" But nah, bring it on.
I would like to see the race. If they're not going to increase the grid size, then make the racing longer and add a pit stop.
Longer? I would maybe... Well, I mean, a pit stop is basically a joker lap, right?
Yeah.
You're choosing...
That's why I'm saying longer, because then you bring fuel into it.
I think they're long enough as is. I think I would make them shorter. I'd make them 10 minutes.
It's much as qualifying.
15.
Which is that's qualifying. Might as well just have a quali race and that's it. You're the fastest.
Maybe. I would also whack up the tyre degradation. I'd whack up the tyre degradation by like a factor of 1 to 10, but not tell the drivers at the start of the race and let them figure out on lap 3 whether they actually have tyres or not. Just random elements. Who cares about the realism, guys? I mean, please someone agree with me on chat.
I do agree with
Just
one
make
thing.
it entertaining.
One thing you have mentioned that I call for in iRacing that maybe would work in Rennsport. I don't know why this is the way. You shouldn't be able to practice the conditions of the racing quali.
Absolutely.
Because you're grinding the conditions. You turn up and it's that. That's nothing. If you're chasing realism, there's nothing like realism. You practice on a green track on a Thursday. And then you turn up to the race on a, whenever it's Saturday or Sunday, for example, whatever series you're racing. And now it's had other series race. Bikes have been there. There's new rubber. It's 15 degrees cooler. It's rained yesterday. Then the drivers have to go out there and adapt. That should be the way in iRacing as well. I think every session in iRacing should just be have some big variance to it.
Yeah.
And not just temperature, but track condition. But yeah.
Thomas Hansen in chat saying, Sam, time to go home. I am tired, but I think I'm thinking my best ideas. Another thing I would add, Kers.
Oh my God.
GT3s, meh, they don't have a battery. Just add it. Again, I don't care about the realism.
So we're going for Joker laps, shorter races, and ERS?
ERS, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but like manually controlled. Banana skins, maybe?
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Blue shell. I mean, sorry, yob shell.
Again, like, I would be up for that. If you could, like, decrease someone else's power by 5% for, like, 10 seconds, and you could press a button for that, I'm down for that. It'd be so entertaining. Please, someone do that. ESL R1 have got the opportunity to do that. This is the changes that we need to see in the championship.
I've got one thing, selfishly, I want them to add.
Here we
but
go.
I honestly, even if I wasn't picked, I still think they should do it. A streamer race.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. Yeah.
Because, yeah, where the face is, then let the
All the interesting
pros,
ones,
let them just do their boring thing.
I might, well, yeah.
But bring out Beyonce, you know, and then let that ESL esport thing happen. Then we could come back out again and make the fans up again. No, I would like to see, I don't know why. It would be a good idea just to, imagine every streamer taking part in the race, streams on their own channel, and then all their communities raid, just like PESC does, raid the Rennsport channel just in time for gridding and racing on the big event. Yeah, you see some viewer decline, but it would bring together, 25 different to 30 different. Oh no, wait, it's Rennsport. 12 different streaming communities.
Yeah, absolutely down for that. So they should do that.
Reverse grid.
Thomas getting in on the act now. This is more like it, Thomas.
No.
Reverse grid queue. Absolutely agree.
How does that work? Because I would then queue last deliberately.
No, but like I maybe you could get points for quali, and then like you have Seb Joe from 12th, and he has to make his way up through the order.
I think for next season, Sebi gets a bop.
Yeah, just Seb.
5% engine bell.
Seb has single-handedly. Well, no, to be fair, the bop is very good in Rennsport. I was going to say he's like caused the BMW not to get bopped, but the bop system is very good, where different drivers drive different cars, and then it's all very mathematical. So genuinely, the bop is very good. But Seb very much does flatter the BMW.
Yeah, I know. I really rate Rogers, and like he is a stellar driver, but Sebi this last, I don't know, couple of months has stepped it up to a whole nother level. A whole nother level. He's on his own right now. Absolutely, he's on his own.
Yeah. Thomas also saying elimination races, 100% agree.
Yep.
Alan saying at that point make it a destruction derby. Unfortunately, there's no damage, so it'd just be a derby. It would be no destruction, unfortunately. And Lennart agreeing. Actually, elimination races are a damn cool idea. 30 drivers, 30 laps. Absolutely. You see, guys. I mean, we're making progress here. Let's send this like an MP3 file to ESLR1 and see if we can have this stuff. I'd very much support anyone who wants this stuff for ARL. Let us know. It'd be difficult to do, but maybe. Anything else you want to say about ESL?
No, I'd say.
Well, actually, no. We probably should say actually how the race went. I don't think we have actually said.
Yep, let's say it's been a good.
We didn't watch the final because it went on for so long, the gaps between the races. But Kev, hang on, did Kev get through to the final? This is poor for me.
No, wait, hold on.
Kev didn't get.
Hold on. Kev got through.
Kev got through. Johan didn't get through. So Johan and Elvis went out in the semis. Kev and Jamie got through to the final.
Oh, because you asked the final results. I said Jamie and Johan.
Yeah,
I think I meant Kev. So I assumed Kev finished ninth. Yeah,
sorry. I should have known. What were the final results?
So all 4 drivers got through to the semis. So that's all 4 drivers were competing today. Yeah, the races we watched. Elvis was running strong in the race with Kevin. He was actually ahead of Kevin because Kevin picked up a qualifying penalty.
Touched a cone.
5-second penalty. Elvis and Kev were running 6 and 7. And then they got in a battle with a Williams driver. And unfortunately, Elvis got forced off the track. It caused Kevin to lose a bit of time. There was a lot of mess. Elvis then went back and was on the recovery charge until... a driver I really rate, Chinzik. I don't know what happened, but into the first corner, he just got it all wrong and wiped Elvis off the track. Unfortunately, that's Elvis's last race for Apex Racing Team, so it was sad to see him go out like that. But Kevin managed to then turn a crazy situation of P7 into a P6 and get through to the semis. Johan, unfortunately, had a qualifying penalty as well, but couldn't make the same level of progress needed because in P6 and 7 was 2 Williams cars, and the Williams have been going very well today, it must be said. And they were doing team things. Nothing illegal or breaking the rules, but they had 2 cars that they could maneuver in such a way that Johan was left boxed out in every way. Jamie, again, he's been really bringing the heat lately. Jamie qualified through, and then... in the semis, what happened? So in the finals was Kevin Jamie. We didn't get to see the final. I believe we're going to throw it up on the screen now.
Let's. I haven't seen this final.
I'm huddling round.
So this is Rogers leading. I thought Bono was leading in the early stages.
Wait, Kev was 3rd in the final?
Yeah.
Wait, maybe I heard wrong. We need to check because
he may have dropped down, and we've still got half a lap to go on this.
Maybe it was 4. I thought Lewis said 4th and 9th, but I thought he said Jamie 4th, Johan 9th, but I'm assuming he meant Kev. But now I'm seeing it. I'm assuming it's Kev 4th, Jamie 9th.
So whilst you were speaking, I wasn't paying 100% attention. Did you mention the team's championship situation?
I did, and so we were in a big battle with G2, Williams, and Redline, and
Williams. You were right. Sorry.
So good. And after last week at Road Atlanta, we had actually jumped Williams and G2, and were looking set to maybe take the fight to Redline, but Redline at the quarters absolutely nailed everything, it must be said. And today in the semis and finals, well, Williams wiped the floor. They actually picked up a 1-2 as well, which is rare at ESL. Yeah, a 1-2 with the same. So Kev got 4th.
Kev got 4th, yeah.
Oh, congrats. So Kev's moved. Wow, Kev and Jamie are going to be tight in the Drivers' Championships now.
Kev beats, I think he's like 7th place or something in the...
Holy moly.
We might be able to get it up, actually. Sorry, YouTube's being really slow. But yeah, the MG was seemingly very strong at Daytona. So yeah, obviously we were strong. And Williams was strong as well. But yeah, unfortunately, I think we finished 5th in the championship rather than 3rd. And there is some prize money. We won't go into the details of how much money it is. But yeah, of course, there is prize money for the team. So frustrating, but honestly, the guys have done a terrific job. All 4 of them have done an awesome job this season at getting the amount of points they were able to get. These were the final results. Joe, well, of course, we've got the LAN coming up. So when it comes to the drivers still very much alive. The teams is over there. Seb ahead. Rogers finally got a win. He only got 1 final win, but he won like 12 races in total. Those 2, the class of the season. McCormack, super strong. He's won like 15 races now in the series. Toman, one of the most improved drivers. Chinchek, obviously, former champion. I won't go through all the names. There's Jamie in 8th, Kev in 9th, Johan in 13th. You needed top 24 to get into the LAN.
Wait,
Kev,
Lerner qualified?
oh yeah, Lerner just about qualified. Oh, how much by? 105 compared to. Oh, okay. No, we're not going. We're not seeing the. Who cares about 25th?
She is better looking in the standings, though.
Yeah. We.
I actually, I'm chuffed for Lerner, but I thought he was outside. I must have been looking at the top 18 at the time, because I remember there was a lot of focus on the 18 that had qualified. But I just assumed Lerner hadn't made it. That's great news for him.
Yeah. Quality driver is Lerner. I'm sure he'll do a lot at the LAN coming up. Yeah.
Are you showing this?
No, you can change. I think this is just random highlights from the race. Yeah. So that's ESL R1 complete. 3 drivers going to Yonkoping for the LAN, and they could win a lot of money. It'll be tough though, really tough. Kevin, Jamie hopefully will make day 2. If you make day 2, you win money. But it's only top 12 go through to day 2, so that's going to be the struggle for them. Very much recommend watching it. It'll be a good event put on.
The guys have been focused on the LAN in the sense of the equipment, the setup, getting themselves. They've stayed very focused on staying with how the LAN does things. I think that's the key they're trying to keep, because you see some drivers turn up to the LAN and really struggle, where they've prioritized doing it their way and then just adapting for the LAN. Whereas, these guys since early Munich, where they swapped the springs, they were like, because they had their springs and then LAN uses different. They're realizing like we've just got to use and get used to how things happen at the LAN.
Yeah. I think a lot of the teams have invested. Well, some of the teams have invested in that, but yeah, we've very much gone early in that, and yeah, that should be useful for us for the LAN. Lennart's saying, I got a question. The guy who commentated with Sam in F3 a couple of seasons ago, is he still in broadcasting team, or has he parted ways? No, I don't think anyone's left Apex Racing TV for a while, actually. So whether you're talking about Tim or whether you're talking about Aaron, they still commentate. So do check out all the YouTube streams. Lennart, you're not watching enough YouTube streams because they're still very much active. Yes. Do keep tuned on all Apex Racing TV stuff. So I think that's ESL R1 complete.
Yep.
Let's look at the other results for Apex Racing team.
Well, we had what have you mentioned the PESC?
No.
So, there we go. All 4 drivers. I'm going to try and do it off the top of my head.
Okay.
Parker, Quinton, Michael.
Yeah.
And
this one's easy. This one's the most easy one. We were talking about him.
Luke McEwen.
Yes.
Yeah, all 4 qualified for PESC. The only reason I didn't is because I didn't take part. Oh, and the skill.
They were all very strong. You just need a top 15, right? And these guys showed off by getting 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So they'll be strong next year. It's good to have good representation in PESC. Of course, they'll be joined by, I think, Johan Hart is qualified for it. Alejandro Sanchez is qualified for it. And Salva, I think, is...
is it Salva?
Yeah, I think he was in it last season, at least. I think he's qualified for it this season as well. I think he finished in the top 15 last season. So,
and obviously we had Kev and Jamie.
Pete was
in it.
Yep.
Wow.
And a lot of drivers. But yeah, I think we'll have 7 for next season out of 30 drivers. It's nice representation.
Team games.
Going back, I think the 10 years ago in the iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series, I think we had half the field. Unfortunately, eventually that didn't stay the case, but we've still got very good representation in the World Championship Series. So that is good news for that. So congratulations, guys. That's been on the wall for a while, and that'll be February next year, I believe, when PESC starts back up.
Yeah, exciting.
We also had the IMSA Championship as well, which we won last year.
Oh yeah, the IMSA first round at Road Atlanta, wasn't it? No, is it Road Atlanta?
That looks like Road Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was. Oh no, Watkins Glen. Oh no,
No, it's
next
Red
up.
Atlanta.
It was Red. I'm
Yeah.
being confident. I'm sticking
Because
with it.
yeah, it's at Red Atlanta, and yeah, the guys have been visiting Red Atlanta so much recently. But Alejandro Sanchez and Luke McCowan won the GTD class. So congratulations to them. The 199 came home in third position, and a P11 finish for the 99 as well. So congratulations, guys.
The GTP guys got very unlucky.
I didn't actually see what happened to.
Yeah, there was incidents. Yeah, it was a shame because we had the pace. Just one of those things. But looking forward to Watkins Glen. Although the bus stop first laps can be interesting to watch.
Yes, yeah. That'll be chaotic, won't
Yeah, I love the track. I really do. But that was one of the reasons I ditched the BMW GTP was that that bus stop. There's one line, any other line, and you're just sprung off. You're either, and it's hard to predict how to save the car because you can be chucked in so many different. The rise of the Caddy since Watkins Glen has been huge. Since then, obviously, it was dominant at Le Mans and Sebring, Monza, yeah, Road America. But yeah, the Caddy's all over it now. So I'm looking forward to a bop at the end of the season. Hopefully they can make the BMW a little safer.
Yeah, yeah. In terms of British F4, a little bit of a frustrating day for Pete on that one. He is still championship leader. But Luke with a first and a second, so mighty result there for Luke. That was at Silverstone. Some pretty intense racing from what I've heard on that one, but more solid results for the guys. They're so far clear in the teams. It's real nice. 3 more rounds for them to go in that one. I think Knockhill still to come up. Knockhill will be the most chaotic round because at least last season you got the curb over the hill at the chicane around the lap, and unless you get that perfect, you're binned off. So like Pete had a mare last year on that one. Luke nailed it. Hopefully Pete can sort that out in practice because that is a super demanding corner. You got to launch it over the curb in an F4 car. It's not easy.
So all Luke managed to do was PES qualifiers, win IMSA championship, and win an F4.
Yeah.
Is that all?
That's yeah. I was. I mean,
So
come on, man.
it's a bad week then.
Yeah. Nothing in nothing in ESL 1. Didn't win a race in ESL 1.
Yeah. Luke didn't
I mean,
win.
come on. Luke.
True.
Like,
Had he been part of the team?
yeah. I mean, I think you're making excuses for him. Really.
He's an animal. He really is.
Yeah. Being very good as Luke. So yeah, we'll be good. Try and keep up with YouTube chat. Now it was like my first season. I think his last name was Knight. No, yeah, you're talking about Austin. Austin has unfortunately parted ways. I think he might work at a theme park now, but I'm not sure. Austin, one of the most enthusiastic, no, the most enthusiastic commentator I've ever worked with. Probably the most enthusiastic person I've ever chatted with. I imagine him and Elvis in chatting to one another, I think would cause enough energy to heat a home for a year because they are off the wall, are those two. Very, very easy to chat with, guys. Very charismatic, the pair of them. Apparently, we at Alcantech have watch parties to watch Apex streams. This is from Lennart Schnabel again. Don't tell me that I don't
watch enough. Yeah, I saw that comment.
Well, I feel actually bad now, Lennart, because if you have been watching all the streams waiting for Austin to come back, then it's been a long year for it, hasn't it? Because he left in, I think, March. Maybe not that early, but yeah. Hopefully we'll see Austin back sometime.
Did we cover IRA 1? Because I don't actually know what happened as well.
I believe we won.
Is that all? It's been a tough week.
Where is the results? Lewis. If Lewis hasn't done the results, there was a race, right? So also, probably the biggest Apex news, and I think I can say this on stream, I think this is fine. Our boss, Alex Simpson, got married yesterday. I was there. Also, Lewis was there, Pete was there, and John was there, John Robertson, former Rallycross World Champion. And it was a wonderful day. Yeah, congratulations, Alex and Sharon, for your day. And yes, it was it was a real nice event. So I was an honour to be invited. So that's really the biggest news. Who cares about all this other
Yeah, all
stuff?
this race stuff.
Yeah. I think it was the marriages we had along the way. That was the real race. And yeah, I'm buying myself time basically to find what the
Find the-
results were.
Yeah, I'm just looking up to see if I can find.
Basically, what I'm saying is that we were at a wedding. We can keep an eye on what was happening in Grand Prix Championship. So that was what was going on there.
Yeah, I didn't catch any of it, unfortunately. Can't even find it.
It was at Red Bull Ring, I believe. No, it wasn't at Red Bull Ring. Sorry. Anyway, we'll find details on it. And yeah, of course, just a couple more rounds to go on that one as well. But yeah, it's been a pretty successful time recently in that championship when it comes to the IO ones. And of course, it's Monza actually for next week. In fact, it was Picone was the round for this time, and it got pretty tasty, I think. Of course, so fast are these cars.
Ridiculous. Tyre shredders as well.
Yeah.
We've got some footage, let's just see. Steam Ross, Massino, Leo.
So yeah, Michele
Yanni.
Constantini at the top there. And yeah, we'll show you the last lap, I think. This was 2 to go. There you can see Valero P11, one of our drivers. Constantini, unfortunately, down to 13th. So yeah, I think Michele actually led for a while, but didn't end up so positive for him. I hate this overlay, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't see anything. I think they change it between the ovals and the road. Apologies for podcast listeners. Basically, they're using a ticker. A ticker is not good. Michael up there in P4, however. Michael's had been very consistent, of course, qualified in PESC, and have been getting very solid points in this as well. But this was, I did see the finish actually of this yesterday, and that was close. Some pretty early celebrations there. I think it was 0.007 of a second that it came down to. But I think Ross was absolutely certain that he'd done it. So yeah, congratulations to him on that one. We can see the results.
Oof. Just missed it.
Just missed it. Pause. Lemonek, who's been leading for a while, he's been very consistent. 30 points clear. Michele up there in 6th. Manel in 7th. Gale in 10th. Yanni in 12th. So yeah, some good points recently.
Yeah. Oh, and Daniel, 17th.
Lewis saying that Michele was involved in an incident with 5 laps to go, so that was why, unfortunately, Michele dropped down. But yeah, he was near the front for the entire time, was Michele, so shame for him on that front. But yeah, really good to see the guys really get the hang. They've known the car for a while, but it's just the luck element of it.
Yep.
So yeah.
ARTV.
This was the main clip that I got for ARTV this week. This is wonderful. This is the peak of sim racing that you're going to see.
Love these little guys.
I don't think you know what's going to happen on this one, actually, David.
I don't, but I can guess.
Explain to the podcast listeners what you're seeing.
We are seeing the T1. Was that curb strike? Go back. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, well, so bumper cars. That's all I can just. Oh my god, is no one going to chill? Everyone try. Okay, so can we go back? I want to catch that from the beginning because I was watching T1. But
oh yeah, well that's the comedic amazingness about it, that as you're watching this fairly small incident going on, you see about 100 meters up the road there'd be the biggest shunts you're going to see in the series this year.
So that 12 cars to flame there was a car on his inside, but what in the Lord? I mean, 3 cars are over the other side of the catch fence, and then people are traveling 3 wide into the incident flat.
Yeah, there's a track blockage between turn 1 and 2 at Red Bull Ring, and no one is slowing down for it. Bits of carbon fiber are going up over the fence into like the grass and into the grandstands.
Unbelievable.
Wonderful stuff. You love to see it. You love to see it.
That was just, yeah, that was special. These cars aren't the fastest. You have plenty of reaction times.
There was a nice plug for this very show on the S1 Championship. Oh yeah, thank you for pressing the button. I guess we'll be quiet for a second whilst they say.
Other people's more informed opinions about the world of iRacing, check out the late Apex here on Apex Racing TV.
I think that's the full message. We can't hear what it's saying. But
Do you tell? What did I miss?
Oh, it was basically just saying how it was just a plug for the for this show. So I appreciate it. Thank you to Ron Morns for providing that one. I think we'll show one more. What was the next best one? I think because it's relevant, because we saw this in Formula One. There was a much better photo finish. So already we've got a photo finish here.
Or is this Skippy's? Or is this Formula Ford? This is
Oh,
Skippy's.
sorry, that's a Formula Ford.
Formula Ford. They look alike.
They do. There we go. This was the proper 3 wide. There you go. Nice stuff. That was for P9. Laurie beating Murakami and Stano. About a 10th and a half separating all of them. So
that is a good run to the line into Lagos. Can make
really
some
good.
Really fun racing.
Yeah, it's an underrated one. I don't tend to think of it, but it's got to be Daytona, then Interlagos, right?
Because it's such a technical that corner onto it is so technical, especially in the last lap when the pressure's on and the guy's trying to show his nose to get you offline. If you know if it's anything but perfect, the draft will be enough. Love that track.
Yeah.
It's tricky though. It's always hot there. That's one, gripe we've mentioned a few times. It's always a hot track temp, always a tyre killer. Yeah, but I love the track. Always makes for great racing.
Apex, in terms of Apex Racing Academy, you can still go to apexracingac.com/Fuji23 in order to get on the Apex mailing list and get some free Ferrari 296 GT3 setups. So I've put the link in the YouTube chat. Do click on that, apexracingac.com/Fuji23 and get some setups and get on the mailing list for more Apex news. In terms of Apex Racing League, new championship is going to be announced in the next couple of days. I can announce.
You can announce an announcement. You can't mock the trailer of a trailer. Mocking a trailer showing a trailer now.
Yeah, sorry. And this isn't a trailer, it's just me speaking. GT3 Trophy. Fans of GT3 Racing, do sign up. Sign-ups aren't open yet, but they will be in the next couple of days. So that is Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy, soon to come back. First round, that will be the 1st of December. Got some cool tracks, some cool formats. Do keep tuned on the Apex Racing League Discord server for more details.
Unless Lewis got his say on the calendar, then it's not perfect.
He didn't. No quota.
There is a leak.
Yeah. Sorry, Lewis, if you're still watching along. And also, Apex Racing Academy Porsche Cup starts on Tuesday. Grid sold out on that one a while ago, so you can't enter the grid. But
what's the grid size? It's going to be quite exciting.
Well, it was 60. Someone pulled out yesterday, so it's down to 59.
Still, that's med.
That one.
That's a lovely size grid. Is it an AM Pro thing or
Pro-Am, and Am?
Okay.
Classes. And then we're using the elimination heat format. So you got 2 heats. Top half from each heat go through to an A final. Rest go to a B final. Then like the top 6 go through from the B final to the A final. So like it's never super crowded. And so it should be good. Lewis.
Tried my hardest.
We should explain who Lewis is because.
Why should we?
We know Lewis. But other people may not know Lewis. Lewis is the guy who does really a lot of very good work in Apex when it comes to social media stuff. And he also helps out with these broadcasts as well. We couldn't do half the things we do here at Apex without Lewis. Yes, he likes Kota, but no one else does. So
it takes a lot of giga photos.
Really good photos. Very good photographer. Yeah. Did all those graphics that I was showing earlier on our on our Instagram page.
We'll get him on camera soon, even if we trick him.
Yeah.
We'll trick him. Tell him to come over and help with something. The cameras will go in. We're live.
Yeah.
That's how we do it.
I think the only other thing we've got to go through is the broadcast schedule. Ooh. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine, people. Sorry, I will get the broadcast schedule up.
It's right. Take time.
Studio.
No one's waiting.
building up the tension. Content. Here we go. Live. Oh, also I should say on the channel, if you haven't watched it already, I mean everyone who's watching this are probably the type of people who would have watched the video, but we have got a best bits compilation from events from the past like month of Apex Racing TV. It was posted like on the 9th of November. That was yesterday. Do check that out. iRacing Best Clips and Highlights October 2023 is the title of the video. There's some good stuff in there. It's only like 3 minutes, so have a watch. And yeah, if you've taken part in any of the races, you may well see yourself on there. So do check that out. In terms of events coming up on Apex Racing TV, we have got the Weekend Warriors, both the Formula Fords and the Spec Racer Fords, coming up on Sunday. We've got Rickmotech World Challenge as well coming up in a couple of days. ARA Porsche Cup, like I was saying, first round of the championship in that. Ray Esports is on in a few days. ARA Super Formula, that is from Road America, I think. That looks good. Round 7 on Thursday. And of course, we'll have the final round of Apex Racing League Prototype Championship as well on Friday.
Red Bull Ring. It's going to be a
Red
humdinger.
Bull Ring, yeah.
It's going to decide the championships.
It is. Anything else that you want to say?
No, that was a lot of news and a lot of ARL stuff. A lot of win Apex.
Yeah.
A lot of good results. Really good week. Obviously, we're closing out ESL. We've got the LAN to go to. I'm excited for. Hopefully, we do well. But yeah, we seem to have really good momentum. But yeah, let's. We're going to keep an eye on the Motorsport Games, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it next week and every week till the end of time, till it's resolved.
Oh man, yeah. Well, I guess they're gonna have the Le Mans license for a while, right? Aren't they? They sounded that ending, so it's not.
It's a
gonna
long
completely
license. I think
defeat-
it was a 15-year license.
It was long, wasn't it? At least till 2030, but I think you might be right. I think it may have been 15 years from 2020, so 2035 potentially. I
They were
believe.
so confident with money at the beginning, buying the 15-year Le Mans license, the IndyCar license, BTCC, buying Studio 397,
We
buying.
didn't have much. We didn't talk about it much earlier on. Do you blame these organisations like BTCC for giving away this license to a company that was too good to be true?
It depends. What did they care about? The license, money, or the product that will be at the end? What matters more to BTCC? I don't know, let's say 8 million for the license. I don't know. I'm sure it's like 800 grand instead. But what is more important to them? That's what I don't know that side of it. I don't know if a video game for a third party who's not making it, how profitable that is. Like, I don't know the kind of money.
Well, would this announcement today, the fact that they've ended the agreement, is that a sign that they did genuinely think that they were going to get a good game out of it?
Yeah, for sure. But it does. We don't know how long these deals take to negotiate. We see the end date, and when we see the announcement, everyone's like, "Are you joking? Like, do you actually expect to get a game? Like, are you not reading the news?" But we don't know how long this is all in the works. But no, I don't blame the companies. I don't understand the IndyCar thing. That's the one I didn't understand their switch. It seemed like they joined a sinking ship when they had something good. I don't know. I don't know how profitable iRacing for them. I don't know. We don't know that side of it. I don't know if they're chasing money, exposure, or a game. I really don't know. I wish we did. But let's just get this all sorted soon. Because my most annoyance thing, I don't care about Motorsport Games. I don't care what they do. I don't care.
Yeah.
I care about all the brands they're destroying. Have they destroyed the future of a BTCC game? If we don't get a BTCC game for a couple of years, we won't get one. And that's it forever. If Traction GG go down, they're gone forever. I swear, if they take Studio 397 down, it may not mean a lot to you guys, and I know iRacers hate on R Factor and whatever, but they're a fantastic studio and they built a fantastic product that's lasted the test of time. And a lot of us iRacers wouldn't have got to iRacing had it not been for things like R Factor 2.
Absolutely 100% agree. So, yep. We'll say it a few times, but hopefully it all resolves itself. But we'll see.
And don't mess up WEC.
Because
Then you got me to do it.
we'll find where your offices are. We're not really sure where. But
I'll
we will.
Liam Neeson you.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, good luck at Monza, mate, at the Rickmotech World Championship.
Yeah, good luck, Ryan. Cool. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Do keep tuned next week as well. We will be back, and I'm sure there'll be more sim racing news for us to discuss. But for now, for us on Apex Racing TV, myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and also David Sampson, we'll say goodbye, and we'll see you on the next one.